Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are seemingly divided like never before because we have Prince Harry going to Africa, apparently cutting off all communications with his family for 3 days.
Insiders say Prince Harry went dark, and not just emotionally. We're talking off the grid, no calls, no texts, total blackout for 3 days in Africa. And the timing couldn't be worse. Meghan's scrambling to salvage what's left of that Netflix stream deal while Harry's off in Botswana, allegedly radio silent. Something's off, the vibes are bad, and the evidence just keeps adding up. Is the royal rebel running or just done? Remember when they were the dazzling duo of defiance, the freedom flight to Montecito? Oprah, Netflix, Spotify, a promise of media domination and philanthropy at scale. Meghan was going to be the mogul, Harry the humanitarian, a fresh power couple reinventing royalty. That was the story at least. But honey, that fairy tale, the gloss is long gone.
Harry's going to be a philanthropist, Meghan's going to be an entrepreneur. And now we have it even more dividing as a couple, I think, are looking at two very, very different futures.
It started subtly, little tensions on camera, increasingly separate PR strategies. Last year, it was already clear. He's doing philanthropy, she's going full entrepreneur. But now, the divide looks deeper. Fast forward to Harry in Africa, reenacting his mother's landmine walk, while Meghan's dead silent post-July 4th. No photo ops, no statements, just carefully orchestrated reposts from diehard fans hoping for a royal retweet. You can practically hear the Montecito team scrambling behind closed doors.
The silence of Meghan Markle since July 4th has been wild because she should be on social media. Like,
What's Harry's answer to the professional freefall? Apparently a solo journey to Africa. He's mingling with his so-called second family, not returning messages, not FaceTiming home. Meghan, nowhere to be seen. He's extending olive branches to his royal relatives, sharing his personal diary so they don't clash on dates. Alone, just his diary, not theirs, not a couple's move, a Harry move. And Meghan, she's staying silent, letting Harry do the royal groveling while she plots her next act, likely solo.
Harry's olive branch means nothing. When you're married, Harry, your olive branch means nothing.
And oh, the public reaction. That reconciliation op-ed in the Telegraph ratioed into oblivion. People aren't buying it. 5 years of lawsuits, accusations, and scorched earth interviews don't vanish with a calendar sync. And Meghan's lack of presence is speaking louder than any podcast episode. Her entire PR game right now repastes from fans fishing for attention. It's low energy, low strategy, and it reeks of panic. The once fascinated public has shifted to fatigue. Let's get real. Montecito is expensive. The palace may be land-rich, but Meghan wanted cash flow and fast. Harry, bless him, doesn't have the funds. The royal family isn't handing out blank checks, and without Netflix paying top dollar, those mortgages, PR firms, and glam squads don't fund themselves. And now Harry wants to be a full-time philanthropist without the cash to bankroll it. Meanwhile, Meghan's stuck holding the brand bag. And let's be honest, she was never built for budget living. So what happens when the dream home becomes a gilded cage? When the cash runs low and the partnerships start looking more transactional than romantic? Insiders are murmuring. Harry is pivoting. Meghan is plotting. They're no longer moving as one. The man who once vowed to protect her at all costs is now sharing personal schedules with the royal family, alone. And she's nowhere near his diary or his olive branch. He's not folding. He's playing his hand. And Meghan, she's figuring out how to play hers before the whole house of cards comes crashing down. The wedding, the Oprah interview, the Time cover, they were the it couple of transatlantic drama, part royal, part Netflix pilot, all perfectly lit. The promise? Reinvent the monarchy for millennials. The reality? A reality show without the cameras? Or maybe too many cameras?
He was in such a state that he couldn't do anything else, right? And although it doesn't absolutely help him in his career as a royal or was a royal, but I just think that he was just falling to pieces.
But then came the oh no, we actually have to deliver phase. Remember Meghan's podcast that sounded like a trauma TED Talk wrapped in a press release? Or Harry's press tour where he gave Lost Boy with publishing deal energy? Sources close to the crown, meaning people on Twitter with very expensive opinions, said tensions were boiling. Meghan was reportedly screaming after Netflix threatened to cancel their deal. Screaming. And Harry? Well, he packed up and flew to Botswana like a man fleeing not just a house, but a brand strategy gone wrong. He didn't just ghost Meghan, he ghosted himself. And let's not forget, Charlotte Griffins, Meghan's newest royal fanfic ghostwriter, buried this story under fluffier nonsense, because apparently a prince going MIA for 3 days is less important than whether Kate re-wore a blazer.
He's going to absolutely tear them to pieces again. So that's his thank you for going back.
Now onto the real tea, Harry's Botswana retreat, his reunion with TJ Evans, his maternal figure from the Diana days. Coincidence or strategic soul-searching? Some say he was seeking advice. Others say he was rehearsing an escape route, away from the Sussex brand, away from the suffocating Montecito monoculture. And guess what? A little birdie says he might have even brought up Chelsea Davy. Yes, that Chelsea, the one who actually got away. Is this nostalgia, or is Harry circling the drain of what could have been? Meanwhile, Meghan's allegedly playing chess with Netflix and Hollywood gatekeepers to stay in the game. Except every move looks more like checkers with a broken board.
And if they're let loose, they will absolutely pull the royal family and everybody around them down.
Let's zoom out. Public perception in shambles. Twitter's memeing Prince of Panic attacks. Reddit threads are tracking Meghan's disappearing inner circle like it's a true crime doc. Even the Daily Telegraph, a royalist fortress, ran a piece begging Charles to forgive his prodigal son. Forgive him for what? Ghosting a dying father, trashing the family on Oprah, and releasing a memoir with more sibling shade than a Kardashian group chat? Meanwhile, Meghan's peace-offering press blitz, hi Charlotte Griffiths, is giving desperation with a side of curated beige. The public isn't buying it, and neither is Buckingham Palace. When even Queen Camilla is getting more sympathy than you, it might be time to log off. And now, the finale, because here's what insiders are murmuring over iced lattes and NDA-protected brunches. Harry's gearing up to play his hand. No more placating, no more, yes, Meg, he's not folding anymore. September could be the showdown, a meeting with King Charles that isn't just about diaries or well-child galas, it's about picking a side. And Meghan, she's reportedly not invited. Netflix is waiting, the tabloids are circling, and Meghan, darling, this post-divorce special better be Oscar bait, because in your world, failure isn't the end. Perfectly scripted PR stunt with a side of royal cosplay, a mid-tier cable actress with a blog and a suitcase of ambition snags the world's most eligible sad boy, Prince Gingerbread himself. Suddenly, she's sipping tea with the Queen and curtsying for clicks. The media went wild. Glossy covers, charity photo ops, a wedding that looked like a Hallmark movie with a Buckingham budget. Oprah came calling. Spotify handed over millions for a podcast that sounded like a TED Talk wrapped in a Pinterest board. But even then, beneath the coordinated neutrals and rescue dog selfies, something felt fake, overproduced, over-rehearsed. The image was flawless because it had to be. And eventually, the filters cracked, and so did the facade. We should have known when the staff turnover hit Olympic relay levels. One personal assistant, gone. Communications head, gone. Nannies, gone. Pals like Jessica Mulroney, muted. You don't just ghost your glam squad without whispers. The problem wasn't just the palace. Some say it was the mirror. Rumblings from ex-employees about diva demands, cold silence in team meetings, and PR strategies that would make Kris Jenner say, honey, tone it down. By 2022, even the sourdough starter at Archewell was allegedly giving up.
They're poised to sign a first look deal, which means nothing, by the way. They'd get absolutely no money.
And then came the flop era. Spotify canceled them faster than a problematic YouTuber. Their animated series Pearl axed. That $20 million podcast deal dissolved into a mess of ghostwriters and Oprah aftershocks. As Ever Wine, supposedly sold out in an hour, but small batch was code for boutique-sized embarrassment. Even Target said, we're good. Netflix reportedly rolled their eyes so hard the boardroom spun. The big Netflix exclusive documentary had one good week, then vanished, like Harry's hairline. The Obamas exited with grace. Meghan and Harry left behind a scorched streaming deal and some very confused executives. As the buzz died, so did the budget.
Getting markled has become slang, synonymous on social media as a term for a personal brand tarnished or hurt by associating with the former senior working royals.
But oh, don't cry for Montecito just yet. The Duchess has new chess pieces. Enter Tracy Robbins, wife of Paramount CEO Brian Robbins. Beyoncé concerts, Bob Marley premieres, charcuterie girl dinners with just enough press coverage. Meghan's not just networking, she's planting seeds in Malibu soil. Word is, she's eyeing a first-look deal with Paramount. Translation, they'll listen politely before ghosting. And let's not forget the silent flutters between Harry and old pals of the palace. Could a reconciliation be afoot? Or just another PR move to court sympathy, and maybe a billionaire for brand revival? But here's where the fairy dust really settles: public perception. Even the most loyal Megxit defenders are going mute. Meme accounts are savage. Flop era is now a genre. The couple's personal brand has shifted from aspirational to exhausting. Media fatigue has set in. People don't hate them, they're just over them. The magic is gone, replaced with cringe. Not even Chrissy Teigen's cookbook club can revive this PR patient. And remember when Meghan said Netflix was her business partner in global vision? That aged like a forgotten avocado in the sun.
There ain't no money. She's not got any money. And they are rip-roaring through Prince Harry's spare royalties. They are rip-roaring through his inheritance from the Queen Mother, not to mention the little nest egg from Princess Diana.
And now comes the icy finale. Murmurs, real murmurs of divergent paths. She's not folding anymore, one insider whispers. She's about to play her hand. Harry, reportedly homesick. Meghan, reportedly booking strategy brunches with everyone but her husband. The hand-holding is now stagey, the synergy shaky, and in her world, failure is just the setup for reinvention. You heard it here first. The fairy tale may not be over, but Act 3 is about to get real messy. Grab your popcorn.